Welcome back to the second channel. Woo, I made tokens. I was supposed to record and upload this video like a week ago, but I have it done now, I think. Allegedly. So, like 2 days before the pre-release of Murders at KARLOV Manor, I decided, hey, why not redraw every single one of the tokens? Because, you know, it'll be nice and my friends can hand them out at the LGS. So I don't dox myself, obviously, KEKW. But then I realized there's like 16 or 17 unique tokens, and I wanted to cry. But I can do art pretty quickly, and I had one of my friends draw 2 of them for me. But yeah, I think they came out pretty decently nice. I'm working with a printing company to try to get some of these printed on like nice cardstock with a little bit of like foiling on them, so we'll see how they look. Yeah, I recorded most of the art I did for these. But I don't have all of them because I forgot to hit record when I was doing the others. In the end, the final footage was like 6 hours and like 15 minutes. And I currently have it playing at, I think, like 2,000%. And I look at it and it's still 17 minutes long. So I have no idea what I'm going to talk about for 17 minutes. But yeah, so I started with this Merfolk token, and I actually, it's one of my favorite ones that I finished. It honestly is one of like the best ones I've done, I think. It was just really fun to do. But yeah, let's see, after Merfolk, one of the harder things was just finding good ideas for all of them. And then I was also messing around. The, like, text box and borders were done very, very haphazardly at the end. So that was kind of a rip. Ooh, I also had this, you guys can't see because, well, obvious reasons. I have this mug, and it's filled with just soju and Tropico. So, we're having fun juice time as I do this voiceover. But yeah, for the bat token, I could not think of any good ideas with bats. I kind of was tempted to do some Pokemon stuff. But for the first round of tokens, I didn't want to dip too much into, like, pre-existing IP. So, I kind of drew this, bat Kuro token, where it was just like this cute little chibi Kuro, and then she was wearing a bat onesie. And that was kind of like the cool hidden tech I had for all the ones I didn't know what to do, cause I just drew Kuro in a onesie. And luckily, I only had to pull the hidden tech twice. Once with the bat token, and then the other with the imp token. Yeah, I took a lot of inspiration from natural habitats. I'm obsessed with them. Their animations on YouTube are so cute. So I try to make it like Batrick, the bat character they have. With his little signature scarf and everything. One of the hands on this thing took me a lot of tries, and it still looks wrong. I used a reference, and it kind of like, I don't know, the thumb just looks out of place and just really jank, and I don't know why. Because, like, according to the reference, that's just how my hand is when I, like, reach out and try to grab something. But I can't unsee the fact that it looks like it's upside down. So, I don't know. I think it's one of those, I'm just gonna ignore it until we figure it out. And then, the next one I did, I think, was Imp. Because at first I started jumping around, and then after I got the biggest ideas done I had to just go back and, just do the rest, like, throughout. But yeah, for the imp, I took inspiration from, a hell of a boss. I'm blanking on her name, but, let's see, crap, what was her name? Oh, Moxie. Sorry, not Moxie, Lily. I based this one off of Millie, but also I wanted to give it like a little bit of like a rift, like tattered look, much like how Millie looks like. But yeah, and then Corgi, one of my really good friends, they did the art for Volkia Fenstalker. And annoyingly, Voja actually took me a long time, even though I didn't do the art, because I just could not figure out how to make a white border not look like dog water. And in the dog one, I actually really enjoyed too. When my friend printed them out onto like decent cardstock, I think the dog token out of all of them read the best at my card size. And I think, not to toot my own horn, but I think just the values in the coloring, in the contrast was just very good. A couple of my friends pointed out the anatomy was a little bit like jank, but because of how clear everything is, it kind of like doesn't read as wrong entirely. But yeah, I would love to eventually, probably in the next like 2 or 3 months, set up a Patreon where I just more or less make tokens every month and then send out like a couple tokens every month. And then probably for the higher tiers, every time a new standard set comes out, I'll redraw all the tokens and then mail them out. It really entirely depends on whether or not the company I'm talking to right now can print them as nicely as they look. Oh, and then for human, I quite literally could not figure out what to do. So I just drew the classic, oh hey, it's me, I'm sitting on one of those foldable LGS chairs that you can buy at like Costco or Walmart. But yeah, it was pretty neat. I enjoyed drawing this one too. It wasn't like a banger, but it sufficed for what it was for. Oh, I feel the fun juice kicking in. But yeah, figuring out the perspective of this chair was just like weird. I don't know why, it just like could never look right until the end. I also kind of gave up on clean line art on this one, just because it was already so sketchy, and if I tried to refine the line art anymore, all the mistakes in the like chair would just come out even clearer. I also don't know why, but I just love rendering the skin first. I think it just makes the art just instantly read, which I guess makes a little bit of sense, but I just love painting like skin. Especially in anime, it's super simple with like after you just draw in your cast shadows and then shade in some of your form shadows, it just looks pretty nice. I also recently watched Made in Abyss with Scuffle, so I wanted to do a little homage to the praying skeletons. I think I was originally gonna flip the art upside down again, so it read to be upside down, but then I forgot. But yeah, so there are the skeletons, you got some shrooms growing out of its head. I really wanted to do like this glowing mushroom biome underground terraria vibe, but I don't quite think I got there. But you know, that's okay. I was decently happy at how this one came out. Oh, also, shout out to Slick Reuven. He is the one that composed the music in the background. I haven't made a long-form video in a hot minute where I could like properly shout him out. And he's currently working on a super fun project. I covered Koala by Will Stetson, and he's currently mixing it. So stay peeled for that one. I'll probably upload it to this channel again. Mostly because this is where I'm gonna put all of like my secondary channel stuff. But let's see. Oh, and then for the ooze, I also wanted to do something Genshin related. So I just painted a bunch of hydro slimes. And obviously because I didn't feel like painting all of them, I just painted one and then kind of just, move them around. But yeah, look at all these homies. They look so happy. And then since slimes are obviously slimes, I was able to use the move tool and then just squish it in or crop parts out, just so it added a little bit of variance, but it still I didn't have to redraw every single slime. So I was pretty happy with that too. Ooh, and then also a fun little reference, I put one of I gave one of the slimes a hotel hat. Yeah, this is probably my favorite token I've done. Detective. Obviously, as a VTuber, who else would I look up to other than the great and amazing Watson? So that was kind of like the inspiration for this one. I wanted to draw Kuro, kind of just thinking while cosplaying Amelia. Honestly, this is one of the more enjoyable ones to draw, and I think it came out pretty nicely. I didn't clean up the line work super refined, but I did try and go over it with a second pass just so it was a little bit more clean. I love her little tie with the mustache. It's so cute. And then obviously going with the detective time theme, putting in a big magnifying glass and some ears for the watch. But yeah, lining this one was decently enjoyable. I think all of these were done in one sitting, each individual token. So this specific one, I think took me I think it was 1.5 to 2 hours from start to finish. So it was actually not super terrible. Yeah, originally I was gonna use this muted blue background, but then I kind of realized it didn't work out the best. So I just went over and kind of in classical painting, I just treated that as my underpainting, and then putting on those orange and bronze colors after you blend them gives it this really nice faded antique look almost. So, we always gotta swap out the glasses and the earrings to fit with the piece. So, we got some shiny gold earrings and new shiny glasses. I was very happy with how this came out. Going in with some of that rim lighting, even though it's not super accurate with where the lighting is, I just love how the rim lighting makes the metal pop. Oh, for the spirit token, I really wanted to call out to the Chi-Chi Fallen meme. And then I also I really liked Boji. So I also wanted to draw the little, like, Bochi slug, that Kuro themed, coming out of, Chi-Chi Fallen. So yeah, I mean, I kind of, like, if I can't think of, like, something super, clear and concise, I kind of just, like, try to make some meanie shitpost. I don't know, I think it typically works out pretty decently. Oh, I remember when this entire, like, section was done the night before the pre-release. So at this point, I was, like, really trying to rush, and then I had this realization that, for some reason, KARLOV Manor has 2 Thopter tokens. One is a 0/0 for just the single rare. The Factor Fiction, I think a lot of people have been calling it Thopter Fiction, where you, like, reveal the top 5 and then you split them into 2 piles. You get to, your opponent chooses that you get to put one in your hand, and then you put the others in the yard. And then however many cards you put in the yard this way, you make a 0/0 and then put that many counters on it. So I was kind of like, oh, because, you know, you're assembling the Thopter. There's a chance that it's a 1/1 or an 80. So I kind of made it as, like a little Thopter assembly. And then for the actual Thopter, I want to use a lot of the same styling and have it basically fly out of my hand. Yeah, I think it came out decently nice. It only took, like, I think, like, 15-20 minutes to get it done. And then this one was the one I was super proud of. A mysterious creature, since it would be, the morph token, I wanted it to be, like, something very, very high effort and detailed, just because I would be looking at it for so long, and so would everyone else. Originally, I was trying to do, like, this, fox mask type deal, but I don't know, it just didn't come out the way I wanted it to. But something about using, like, just thick brush strokes and then blurring and blending it out, especially with the pops of color, gives it, like, this really, really nice watercolor feel. Because, you know, it's a mysterious creature. It's a stranger. And then I tried to play around with, like, giving it eyes, and it just would not look good. There's no way for me to make it look good with eyes. And then I tried to put, like, a blood splash, and then I realized there was quite literally nowhere I could put it that would, 1, read, and 2, not make a mess. But yeah, so here are the final tokens. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I haven't really, I'm still working on the, like, what originally I wanted to be the first video of this channel, where this is just, like, all of my side projects and, like, weird shit. But I swear it's still being recorded. I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye!